She walked in like any other shopper, but what happened next left the boutique staff and their manager reeling. When the truth about her identity was revealed, the fallout wasn't just shocking, it was unforgettable. The boutique on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills wasn't just a store, it was a symbol of exclusivity. Gleaming glass doors framed by pristine white marble opened into a haven of luxury. Rows of designer handbags, sparkling jewelry under spotlight displays, and racks of clothing priced higher than most monthly rents. This wasn't a place for window shoppers. At least, that's how Helena, the boutique manager, saw it. Helena had built her reputation on one simple principle: protect the brand. She ran a tight ship, no idle chatter among employees, no smudged glass counters, and absolutely no tolerance for people who didn't look like they belonged. Tall, with an immaculate bob haircut and a tailored pantsuit, Helena was the gatekeeper of this world. Exclusivity isn't just about price, she often reminded her team, it's about image. That Tuesday morning was no different. The store hummed quietly with soft classical music. Helena was stationed near the entrance, her sharp eyes scanning for anything out of place. Then the glass doors opened. A woman walked in, tall, poised, wearing oversized sunglasses and a simple cream coat. Her heels clicked softly against the marble floor. She moved with an air of grace, her hand brushing lightly against a rack of silk scarves. To Helena, something was off. Maybe it was the understated outfit, or maybe it was just the way the woman lingered a bit too long at the jewelry case. Helena's instincts kicked in. She approached briskly, her smile polite but forced. "Ma'am," she said, "we have a private shopping appointment scheduled shortly. I'm afraid I'll need to ask you to leave." The woman lowered her sunglasses, revealing piercing blue eyes that caught Helena off guard. There was something about her, a flicker of recognition. Had she seen her before? But Helena quickly dismissed the thought. "I assure you I'll only be a moment," the woman said calmly. "I just wanted to look around." Helena stiffened. Politeness gave way to firm resolve. "I'm sorry, but this is a private establishment. If you'd like to book an appointment, we'd be happy to accommodate you another time." The woman's expression didn't change. Without a word, she slid her sunglasses back on and walked out. Her heels echoed as she left. Helena felt a faint sense of satisfaction. To her, she had done her job, protected the brand, but something about the encounter lingered in her mind. The next morning, Helena's routine began as usual, but by mid-morning, whispers began rippling through the staff. One of the sales associates, Sophia, approached Helena hesitantly. "Did you hear about the woman from yesterday?" Sophia asked, her voice low but tinged with excitement. "What about her?" Helena asked, raising an eyebrow. Sophia glanced around and then leaned in closer. One of the customers said it was Melania Trump. Helena froze. "Melania Trump?" she repeated skeptically. Sophia nodded earnestly. "They showed me a picture on their phone. It was definitely her." Helena's mind raced. Could it be true? Had she just dismissed one of the most recognizable women in the world? A wave of unease swept over her. By the afternoon, the boutique was buzzing with whispers from both staff and customers. "I heard she walked out without saying a word," one customer said. "So classy, but you know she must have been furious," chimed another. That evening, Helena's worst fears came true. Social media had picked up the story. Someone had posted a vague but damning account. A certain boutique manager just kicked out one of the most famous women in America. Classless behavior in a so-called luxury establishment. Though the boutique wasn't named outright, the comments were filled with speculation. People tagged brands, demanding clarification. Helena's confidence began to crumble. By the next day, things had escalated. A local news outlet picked up the story. While they didn't name the boutique outright, the coverage was enough to draw attention. Customers began arriving, not just to shop, but to gossip. "This is the place, isn't it?" one woman whispered loudly, her latte in hand. Helena tried to maintain her composure, but inside she felt exposed. The boutique's exclusivity, its reputation, it all seemed to hang by a thread. She reassured herself, Melania won't come back. Someone like her wouldn't bother revisiting the scene of an insult. But Helena was wrong. On Friday afternoon, the boutique was bustling as usual when the glass doors swung open with deliberate force. In stepped the woman Helena had dismissed days earlier. It was Melania Trump, but this time she wasn't alone. Small entourage followed her, security personnel in tailored suits, a woman holding a sleek briefcase, and a publicist. Behind them, photographers lingered outside, their cameras flashing incessantly. The boutique fell silent. Melania was dressed in a fitted black dress. Simple, elegant, commanding. She radiated confidence. Every eye in the room was drawn to her as she moved with an effortless grace. Helena's heart sank. Her cheeks flushed as she locked eyes with Melania. Melania paused for a moment, her calm, unreadable gaze fixed on Helena. "Good afternoon," she said, her voice steady and poised. "I'd like to look around now. Is that allowed?" The question carried a weight that silenced the entire store. Helena stammered, her usual authority gone. "Oh, of course," she managed to say, stepping aside. Melania began browsing the boutique. She didn't rush. Her movements were deliberate, her eyes pausing on displays as though she were inspecting them. The tension in the boutique was palpable. Helena could feel her authority slipping further with every passing second. Finally, Melania stopped at the jewelry case. Her gaze landed on an elaborate diamond necklace. She gestured to a young sales associate, Clara. "May I see this piece?" Clara hesitated but quickly retrieved the necklace, placing it carefully on the counter. "Of course, ma'am," she said nervously. Melania studied the necklace for a moment before turning slightly. "What do you think?" she asked, directing the question to Helena. Helena froze. The room seemed to hold its breath. It's one of our finest pieces," Helena replied, her voice trembling slightly. Melania nodded, her expression unreadable. She turned back to Clara. "I'll take it," she said simply, sliding a black credit card across the counter. As Clara completed the transaction, Melania turned once more to Helena. Her calm demeanor never wavered, but her words carried a quiet power. "It's important, don't you think," she said, "to treat everyone with respect, especially when you don't know who they are." The boutique fell silent. Helena felt as though the ground might give way beneath her feet. She struggled to respond, but no words came. Melania didn't wait for one. She gestured to her publicist, who handed her a sleek envelope. Melania extended it toward Helena. "This is for your staff," she said, "a token of appreciation for their professionalism." Helena took the envelope, stunned. Later, she would discover that it contained a check for an astonishing amount, meant to be divided among the employees. Melania then turned to Clara, offering her a warm smile. "Thank you for your help today. You've been wonderful." With that, Melania and her entourage walked toward the door. As she exited, the photographers outside sprang into action. The flashes lit up the boutique, capturing every second of her departure. Inside, the silence lingered. Helena stood frozen, the envelope still in her hands. She realized in that moment the weight of her mistake. Her rigid adherence to exclusivity had blinded her to the values that truly mattered: respect, kindness, and humility. This story is a powerful reminder. In life, we often make assumptions about people based on appearances, but those assumptions can lead to mistakes. What defines us is not the mistakes we make, but how we choose to learn from them. If this story inspired you, remember to treat others with kindness, no matter who they are. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking stories.